Good evening, everyone. First Alert Meteorologist Patrick Pete here with an update. Lots of things have been happening with our weather. We saw some rain this morning, and thankfully things are starting to dry out tonight. Unfortunately, we're talking about another First Alert tomorrow. The good news with this is that this is going to be one of those lower impact first alerts, and thankfully, we're not talking about rain for the morning drive, but what we are talking about is a fog that is going to be in our area as we head into the morning. And it's actually going to start building through the overnight tonight. Already seeing some reduced visibility in some of our northernmost communities. That's only going to increase through the overnight. So that means it's going to be a little bit more treacherous to get to work. It's going to take a little bit longer as folks are going to be slowing down. And then we're going to be looking at things breaking apart. The fog is going to mix out as we head into the afternoon. And then we're going to see a little bit of moisture trickle in as we head into tomorrow evening, and that's going to equal some late day shower opportunities. So let's get you ready for the day. First, breaking down this fog, the National Weather Service just within the last hour, in about 20 minutes, released a dense fog advisory. And you can see all of these areas that are highlighted. Dense fog is going to be a problem for the morning for most of our viewers across the state. Once again, visibility going to be a quarter mile or less in lots of locations. For starting at around 10 o'clock tonight, it's going to decrease. Want to remind you to drive a safe speed. Slow down a little bit here and just give yourself a little bit of extra room. You know, give that reaction time between you and that vehicle that is going to be in front of you, just in case they brake immediately. And you always want to remember to use those low beams when you're driving on these highways and interstates and even these inner city streets. Low beams are what you're going to want. It's not going to blind the driver in front of you, and that's going to help you get along your way. And if that fog thickens up like we know it's going to do in the morning, remember to use that right side line pavement. That's going to be that shoulder stripe as your guide. I've used it many, many times whenever the fog thickens up. It's never going to steer you wrong. It's going to let you know where the roads are, and it's going to keep you out of ditches, because that's, of course, our goal, to reduce that and reduce accidents. Here's a look at some of our visibility across the region right now, and you can see that folks that are in Ellijay already reduced to about a quarter a mile of visibility there, about a half mile, actually just dropping in Canton. This is real live updates here. That visibility dropping to a quarter in Canton and Carrollton already. Still looking pretty good here in Atlanta. Typical good visibility is about 10 miles. There's a little bit of interruption there, but nothing that is too impactful yet. But you can see Rome, Canton, Ellijay, Blairsville picking up on some of that lower visibility, as well as down in LaGrange, still sitting at about 2.5 miles of visibility in Covington. And as we put our fog tracker on, you can see that that is going to gradually diminish as we head through the next few hours. Lots of folks are going to be maybe heading out for a third shift roughly at around midnight, and you can see that we're talking about less than 2 miles of visibility widespread across the state. I mean, we really have a damp ground that's in place, and temperatures that are going to be rather mild through the overnight, and dew points that are going to be pretty close to that temperature point. So that's why we are seeing this reduced visibility. A good evening, Max Goof. Max is asking if I am a new meteorologist here. Thank you for being a fan of Atlanta News First, Max. I am the newest member here. I joined the team officially as of Thursday this past week. So nice to meet you, buddy. You will see a lot of my face, especially in the evenings. I'll be doing some of these updates. So here's a look at your fog forecast as we head through the early morning hours. 7 a.m. Folks are going to be getting up. Kids got to get to school, get to the bus stop. You have to get to work. And we're going to be talking about that blanket of fog really just enveloping the metro area and all of these surrounding areas. Erica L. Smith, is there any more tornado warnings or watches? We're going to get to that, but the short in answer, Erica, is not in our immediate future, which is great news. I know that lots of folks are still cleaning up. We've been sending folks out there to find out the stories of the folks that have been going through the cleanup, also just trying to piece their lives together. So thankfully, our weather system, we're calling for first alerts, but not a first alert weather day. So first alerts meaning we're expecting things to be a little impactful, like the rain this morning kind of slowed down folks on the interstates and on the highways. And then, of course, this fog that is going to be moving in tonight and into the morning tomorrow. Things are looking pretty good otherwise as far as instability. So glad to have you with us, Erica. Hopefully I'm saying that right. As we head into the afternoon tomorrow, we are expecting this fog to start to mix out. So between 12 and 3 o'clock, visibility is going to gradually improve. We're still going to have lots of clouds around, so it's still going to be a bit messy. And then we're going to start to see the rain chances start to filter in as we head into the afternoon. So here is that hour-by-hour breakdown of what you can expect as far as rain tomorrow. Erica is in LaGrange. Yeah, Erica, that debris ball, we were watching that. We were tracking that live. And it was scary. We could see just from some of the radar returns how bad that was. So thankfully, we are not forecasting that as we head through the next 24 to 36 hours. Here's a look at Wednesday. You can see that lunchtime forecast has us still cloudy, and then we're going to see that moisture start to build in roughly 5 to 6. So I think if you're in western Georgia, you'll start to see some of that during the evening commute. It starts to make its way closer to the metro around 6 o'clock, and this is going to be light to moderate rain. So nothing that's going to be too crazy, but once again, may delay you getting home from work about 5 minutes or so. As long as you have that umbrella with you, maybe you're thinking about doing that Kroger run after work, or maybe you were going to head to the gym, it would be a great idea to maybe have that umbrella at least in the back seat. You won't need it in the morning, but you will definitely need it as we head into the second half of the afternoon for some of those spotty showers. Thankfully, we are just talking some spotty showers for the afternoon. Want to make sure I reiterate that. And then as we head towards Thursday, we're going to be watching a system build in from the west. Now, this system is going to be a little bit more energetic for folks that are going to be in Alabama and Mississippi. But as it progresses towards the east, it's actually going to weaken a little bit. So we're going to get a little bit of moisture with it, and there's going to also be a little bit of instability. Extremely western Georgia has that isolated chance of seeing a thunderstorm. And I know that Erica is in LaGrange. The good news with this thunderstorm, there isn't a tornado risk. It's very, very, very low. We feel very confident saying that you don't have to be concerned about that. But the rain could be a little bit heavy at times, and I know that a lot of folks are trying to clean out and rebuild. So that would be a rain chance that would be coming back to you again. Could hear some rumbles of thunder in those thunderstorms as well. Watching, this is a level 1 out of 5, so nowhere near that level 3 out of 5 that we saw last week. I want to make sure that I reiterate that for everybody that is in places like Griffin. This is a level 1 out of 5 for thunderstorms, not a level 3. Here's how Thursday is going to play out. We're going to be watching this line build in from the west. And you can see our models have been picking up on this. It is going to be weakening as it progresses towards the east. And you can see that it isn't a cohesive line like the system that we saw move through, where everybody got showers, everybody got thunderstorms, everybody got gusty winds. Just some folks also had a tornado. We're not looking at that type of setup. This system will gradually weaken. You can see how that happens as it pushes through the metro. And by the time we get to lunchtime Thursday, this is going to be mainly out of the region. There's going to be some lighter showers moving to places like Covington and Athens, but otherwise we're looking good. This is going to be drying out, and that system is going to be pushing out. Now, we will see temperatures drop on the backside of this front, but it isn't going to be an overwhelming drop. I know that at the beginning of the year, I wasn't quite here yet. At the end of 2022, beginning of the year, there was a nice cold snap where you guys had negative teen wind chills. That's not the kind of cold. We're going to lose about 10 degrees. So we're talking about going from highs in the upper 60s to highs in the upper 50s. So a little noticeable, but not too impactful there as well. So that is what we're going to be tracking as we head into your Friday, as those winds begin to shift on the backside of that cold front. I'm looking on Facebook because I'm trying to make sure that I am answering all of your questions and making sure that there's nothing that I'm leaving out of the equation. Here's that 7-day forecast where, if you're like me, you're already looking ahead to the weekend, trying to make plans. And the good news here is that there's going to be a lot of time in this dry time in the 7-day forecast. The bad news is you're going to have to watch the day. Wednesday's dry time is going to be earlier on, and then some spotty showers in the evening. Thursday's rain chance is going to be earlier on, and then some dry time. And I actually think we see a little bit of sunshine late Thursday. Friday is going to be sunny but cooler, where daytime highs are going to be in the upper 50s. I know that folks are, looking at that upper 50s as, okay, that's a little bit cooler than what we've seen. Just for some perspective, we should be at about 54 degrees for a daytime high. So 57 is actually a win. It's going to feel quite nice out there. Looking ahead to the weekend, we're talking about highs that are going to be in the mid-50s. We're watching another system that is going to be moving in, but it looks to be moving in on Sunday. There could be a few prefrontal showers on Saturday, but I'm calling that day mainly dry, just increasing clouds. And then as we head towards Sunday, that's where the bulk of that moisture will start to trickle in. And we will also see those temperatures remain a little bit cooler due to the clouds and the rain. Martha, good evening to you. She says they have fog in Ellijay. In fact, we have had fog all day in the Eagle Mountain. Yeah, we've been watching that. I don't know if you watched our newscast, roughly since around 3:30. We've been showing our visibility tracker, and I can actually go back to that. The visibility there has been between 0.5 miles for the last few hours in Ellijay. So I know that it is definitely a bit too to actually deal with in the mountains. Valerie is asking if I could conjure up some 70s. Oh my God, I wish I could conjure up some 70s. You know, I'm from Louisiana. My bio is gonna go online over the next couple of days. You know, I'm a new guy. We kind of got thrown into it because we've had a lot of active weather since I've been here. But I'm originally from Louisiana. I love the 70s. I love some sunshine. I also like some rain. So forgive me. I don't mind a little bit of rain as long as it's just rain, and that's what we had today. So that kind of soothed my soul. That's what I call a nice Creole shrimp, Creole sausage gumbo type of situation for me, so I'm happy about that. So I'm looking to get us some 70s, Valerie. I think the best chance at that is going to be Thursday. I think some of our southernmost communities could get up to that 70 degrees, and the second half of Thursday yet again is not that bad. Let me take down that banner for you so you can see all of the numbers. We're just going to be on a little bit of a seesaw ride here. The warmer days are over the next couple of days, and then temperatures start to cool back down as we head towards the weekend. But the mid-50s is not too bad. I will call that a win. Looks like that system's going to keep some moisture around. So after Sunday, where we have another first alert, there's going to be some lingering rain chances Monday into Tuesday. Erica is saying that she wants some gumbo so bad. I do too, but you know, if I would have been here in December, I would have made some gumbo. It has to be cold outside for me to make gumbo. This kind of weather is more so like the lighter dishes for me. So I'll make like shrimp Creole, crawfish etouffee, that kind of stuff. But food is a big thing with me. You guys will learn that. I typically pair food with weather. I pair food with almost everything. I pair drinks with weather. I make more sweet tea in the summer. I make more lemonade in the fall. And then there's coffee and cocoa and other things in the winter. So yeah, that's my vibe. So hopefully you guys have the gist of what's in the forecast. Of course, Fred and I are still here through the rest of the night. We're gonna get some new model updates over the course of the next hour, and we're gonna be breaking down all of that and what you could expect, help you prepare for the day. I wanna make sure that I reiterate that our weather impact for tomorrow with the fog is gonna be on the lower end. And with those lower end weather events, it's all about how you act. That essentially will show us how this plays out. If you get on the roadways tomorrow morning, you're driving 90, 80, 85 on the interstate and there's dense fog, that doesn't play out well. But as long as you remember to use those safety tips when driving in fog, using reduced speed and making sure that you use those low beams, and then of course using the shoulder stripe for your guide, things are gonna be good. Looks like I've answered all of your questions, and I have a little bit of work to do, and Erica has made me hungry with the food, so I'm gonna go and grab a quick snack. But you guys can catch me tonight. I will be on at 10, Fred will be on at 9, and then of course we'll have our latest update for you at 11 o'clock. So y'all make it a good day. Happy Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. It's always food with me.